All right, our Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins is also the founder of the America First Policy Institute, so she knows this stuff very well, and it's good to see you back on the show. Is this a chance, is this being seen as a chance to make some much needed cuts to this bloated government, this shutdown that was handed to Republicans by Democrats?
Well, it's great to be on with you, Rob, as always. Here's what I would say. I love listening to your conversation with Senator Schmitt. You talked about my dear friend Russ Vought, who is just a remarkable brain, really, you know, sort of the intellectual horsepower for our side of the ledger. And he has been effectuating the president's vision on this, that at the end of the day, we are working to keep the government open, to keep our streets and communities safe, to ensure that our fires can be fought by our firefighters, that important programs like WIC for mothers, infants, children will continue, and the left is playing games. But, Rob, to your point, it is another opportunity for us to ensure, whether it's the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which is one of the largest agencies at almost 100,000 employees, this gives us another opportunity to look and see, are we operating at our highest and best level for the American people? So it checks a bunch of boxes. Listen, we want the government open. We want the Democrats to do what they did the last 13 times. Just 6 months ago was the latest time. Let's get the government moving. But if not, let's use this opportunity, one more shot, to make sure that we're doing what we promised the American people we would do.
I want to play Schumer on the floor of the Senate earlier today. Take a listen.
Republicans need to get serious and start actually addressing the looming crisis and reopen the government. Now, why has all of this happened? Why are we here on October 1st? Because Republicans have tried to stick us with a partisan CR that fails to protect Americans' health care and does nothing to fix the health care mess that they created.
What health care mess did Republicans create? I'm still trying to square that one.
Well, who knows? Listen, the Schumer shutdown is in full effect, right? The Democrats have decided to play political games. They are losing. They're at their lowest approval rate in almost 4 decades. The president is at his highest approval rate. The American people know what we're trying to do. I've traveled to more than half the states in just a little under 7 or 8 months. The people are with us. And even though we're realigning the entire world economy right now with the new tariff approach, even though we're, went through the One Big Beautiful Bill, all these pretty significant changes are underway, but they are working and they know what we're doing is working and they're panicked. So yeah, so whatever he's saying, it makes zero sense. It's not realistic, rational, or reasonable, and they know that they're in a free fall and they're trying to figure out a way out of it.
Yeah. This won't help. Whatever they're trying. I mean,
no.
the messaging here, and again, I can't imagine if you took a poll of people, or if you asked people, like, here, you got a paycheck. Here's your $5,000 paycheck. How much of that would you like to spend for illegals to have health care in your country? And I can't imagine anybody is going to say any amount of money. And that's why it's just amazing that they want to pick this fight. I want to ask you really quick before I let you go about tariffs. The president announcing earlier he's going to give a portion of tariff revenue, which has been quite substantial. He says a small portion of it will go to farmers that have been hurt by these trade negotiations with China, which is likely to be the toughest negotiation we have, saying that China is refusing to buy our soy. So China knows how to manipulate. They know how to go after the weak spots, and they're making a move here. Can you talk about that and how concerned you are about soy farmers in this country?
Yeah, I was with the president earlier in the Oval Office. We were talking about this. He remains resolute, and it's so encouraging to see his love. And it isn't for the cameras, it's not for the rallies. It is a true love and dedication to the people that he knows feed and fuel and clothe the nation and, frankly, the world. And he's always calling me. We're always talking about the farmers. Back when he decided to basically launch Liberation Day to realign the whole world economy around American products, which for far too long we had been bowing at the altar of other countries' economies and other countries' tariff approach, that would be no longer. But we knew there would be a time of uncertainty, especially with big buyers of a lot of our commodities, and China is the biggest. So today we talked about it again. He said, Brooke, you let those farmers know. I'm going to let them know. I am going to stand with them, and that the importance of standing with them during this bridge time was at the top of his list. So we will continue to do that through offsets regarding the tariff money. But as we move into next year, Rob, all of these new deals, almost all of them, center around our American agriculture products, from Japan to the UK to the EU to Indonesia to the Philippines to Taiwan, which was just announced, and more announcements coming. I'm encouraged. I'm worried about our farmers, but I know once we get through this period, it is going to be an unprecedented time of prosperity for these most important of all Americans.
Well, this is exactly why nobody changes the things that need to be changed in this country, because there's some kind of there's a painful period that you have to go through before you get the prosperity. You got to go through kind of a tough phase. This is it, and everybody's worried about that moment, and we're in that moment right now. Madam Secretary Brooke Rollins, good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Rob.
Everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.